So hi guys, welcome back to this week's Walster Wednesday, and in this week's episode, well, I always say episode every week. In this week's video, I'm going to go through the r/mildly satisfying Reddit, and I'm going to, again, like the oddly satisfying one, I'm going to score them from 1 to 10 on how interesting I find them. So let's just jump straight into it. So we have the first one here. Local restaurant, Mexican restaurant, used to be a Chinese restaurant. Instead of painting over a mural, they just put sombreros on the pandas. I mean, do what you gotta do, innit? Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's exactly what it is. So, I think out of all of them, I'm gonna give this one an 8. An 8. Because starting off strong, improvise, adapt, overcome, as Bear Grylls said. You got to be able to adapt at all costs. And they've adapted by just painting sombreros on the pandas. I bought some suspiciously perfect bananas yesterday. They are quite good. Those bananas do look really good. I don't know if I'd eat them though. Because I like my bananas to be a little bit greener, slightly greener than that. Not too green. But I think I'm going to give it a 6 as how interesting it is. I have a hereditary gap in my eyebrow. I mean, you're not the one that's interesting. It's your family. It's your genes. It's in the genes. Not the Primark ones. Badoosh. I'm here all week, mate. I'm here all week. I think that one is going to be a 4 because it's not you, it's your family genes that have helped that. I have a partial heterochromia. I hope I've said that right. In both eyes. Oh, them eyes that is actually pretty interesting. I quite like that. That's actually pretty interesting. But how small are your pupils though? That's what I want to know. Jesus, you're outside and your pupils are tiny. No, forget what I've just said. I just realised what's happened. Forget that. That's her face palm. Don't forget that. R/face palm, am I right? Ha ha ha. I'll give it an 8 as well. It's a very interesting thing. The corrosion on this water tap looks like a map. It does actually look like a map, I quite like maps. Maybe on the next one I'll review the map subreddit, the nice one, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll find it. But yeah, that's interesting, and I'm gonna give that one a 9 because I like maps, and it does look like a map, and I quite enjoy that one. My broken antenna on my car looks like a half sunken boat. It does. It actually fully 100% does. I don't. It just because it looks like it doesn't mean it's interesting. I think it is interesting, but I don't think it's the most interesting. So I'm going to give it a 5. The sun is shining through my fish tank, aligned perfectly onto each knob. Do you know what this is like? One of those really nice. This should be dessert. Just to be honest with you, should be an oddly satisfying. But the only unsatisfying bit about this all is how dirty your hob is. Dirty hob. But other than that, it's actually quite nice. It also reminds me of a very very nice looking rainbow. I didn't know it is a rainbow. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It is a rainbow. I'm going to give this one a 7. Golf balls at the mini golf on this pier are biodegradable and fall into the sea at the 18th hole. Now that is good. Feed the fishes. Don't destroy the oceans. Keep it going. Got to keep the cycle going. I think this one is going to be... I'll give this one a 7 as well. This furniture hardware is sorted by step rather than type. Step 1, step 2, and so forth. I'll tell you something. That is actually quite a good not many of them do it. Because you're always there flipping trying to sort stuff out, and it never happens like that. Because you're always like, right, I need screw 5A to go into this piece of wood that's labelled 17B, but they don't actually say the numbers. You just got to try and go, yeah, that's it, you know, that kind of stuff. I think that's quite good, but it's not quite interesting, but I do like it. I'm going to say a 6. My Australian tax return shows me where my money went. That's not just Australian. I've seen other people get it before in other countries. In the UK, I've seen it. My parents managed to get one, and it said where their thing was going. So I don't think it's that interesting. I'm gonna give it a 3. Give it a 3. Our refrigerator has revolving levels so you can reach everything easily. I mean, it's nice, it's good, but what's the point? You just got you've got nowhere to, it's in the worst, it's a worse design, because it's a circle, so that means that you can't really put it anywhere, because there's going to be gaps around it. With a square, you can just put it up against a wall, you know, you've got plenty of safe space, whereas this does not save space. Not only that, there's not that much room in the shelves either. So what's the point in having it? You're still gonna have to get a freezer anyway. I'm gonna give this one a 2. I don't like this. That's not very interesting. I made a hidden glow in the dark galaxy in my resin kitchen floor. I mean, it looks good, and what's the word? In idea, but you're gonna get annoyed of it. Because what's the point? It doesn't serve any purpose other than if you have a power cut, you all can find the kitchen. This one is a 2. I don't find that interesting at all. Our electrician left all the screws in a vertical position in our new kitchen. Right, it loses points from being flathead screws. I know how bad flathead screws are, and they are so annoying. They shouldn't be flatheads. They should be Phillips screws. It's so much easier. So it's going to lose points for that. So what would have been a 5 is going to be a 3. My local supermarket is selling airplane food because no one is flying. I mean, it's a good idea, but airplane food tastes horrible because it's not very good because of the air. You know, when you get up higher, your taste buds change and things like that. So I don't think they'd be actually that good. Plus, I wouldn't want them. They don't look very appetizing anyway. I'm going to give this one a 4. My neighbour's house encased in ice after the recent blizzard in Ohio on shore of Lake Erie. Is that how you spell it? Is that how you pronounce it? That is quite interesting, but they missed a bit on the side. I do quite like it though. I'm going to give this one a 6. My airplane bathroom had a window in it. I mean, it looks quite good, and I do agree. I don't understand why they don't just have windows in there, because it's quite dark when you get in there, so they have to have the lights on. So when it's like that, you don't need to have the lights, because you can just see, you can open the things. It's quite a nice idea, but it's not. It's very interesting, but it's not. I say it's interesting, but it's not what I'm looking for. I think I'm going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5. This Where Are You From map in the Aurora Museum in Reykjavik, Iceland. Now that is very interesting. That is a 10. I love maps. I just love the fact that it just shows how many people have been there, where you've been from, that kind of thing. That is a very good map. 10. Right, so there you have it. That was the 10. That's how we're ending it. We're going to end it there. And yeah, I will see you guys next week for the next week's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn notifications on so you're notified of every post. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. And I think that's it. And I'll see you guys next week for another video.